afternoon. Welcome to the Mark Cruz Show. We're here at the Texas Roadhouse Grill in Snellville. I'm Tom Clark along with Coach Cruz. Boy, Texas Roadhouse has really set out a plate for us. We've got the beautiful cactus blossom here on the table, one of the appetizers you get down here at Texas Roadhouse. Not only do they have the appetizers, great steaks and great food. They feed us at the Touchdown Club a lot of times, and those steaks are real good, Coach.
They also got great service here, too. It's a great neighborhood place to come and eat and bring the family.
It really is. Well, tonight we're here to talk about the Walton game. First game of the year, we did Corky Kell Classic at the Georgia Dome. Coach, tell us about that game.
Well, it's the 21st year, consecutive year that Brookwood has played in the Corky Kell game. It wasn't originally the Corky Kell game, but in the kickoff game at the beginning of the season in the Dome. And it's a great privilege for our players and our coaches and our program to have been a part of that for as long as we have. And it's something that they really look forward to at the beginning of the year. Our players have an opportunity to play in what's considered one of the greatest sports venues in the world. They've had Olympic games there and Super Bowls there, and we get a chance to play our games there at the beginning of the year and hopefully at the end of the year. But at the beginning of the year, our players are really proud of that.
Well, they get to play where they see their Sunday heroes play, on the field at the Georgia Dome, like you said. They get used to the environment, and like you said, hopefully get ready to come back at the end of the year for their last game.
Right. It's as coaches, our staff, some of our staff have been down there for 21 years, but I don't think it ever gets old for our program or gets old for our players. It's something that they look forward to at the beginning of every season.
Well, let's go into the highlights of the first quarter of the Walton game, Coach.
All right. They had a running back, Tyron Jones, who is an Alabama commitment, and we knew that he was going to be They started the game with a little trickery, I guess, if you want to call it that, but the onside kick and our defense, which is a little bit young and inexperienced, probably more inexperienced than young, is kind of thrown in the fire in the first series of the first game.
Right. And
they did a great job of going out there and as we say, kind of putting out the fire and getting them stopped in the first series. Garrett Reynolds made a great play on the deep ball that they tried to throw on the first play of the game, and our defense goes out and did a good job of getting the ball back. And they had blown an inadvertent whistle, which I guess was probably one thing. It was difficult for a lot of the fans to understand. When the ball was kicked, it was dead, and so the fumble or the muff punt didn't really matter in that instance. Josh Brown, number 28, kind of moved. Josh is a junior, played on our team last year, most of the time on defense as a defensive corner. Has moved into the backfield and is sharing time with Jamal Cole, and both of those guys are doing a great job. Josh doing some of the misdirection stuff, and Jamal there on the quick pitch. Once again, run the ball on the quick pitch, gain 3 or 4 yards, get down to the 8-yard line, come back with the counter play behind Josh and Adam Ledford, our most experienced offensive lineman, and get the ball down to about the 5-yard line, and then kind of come up short on third down, and Brandon Morrow comes in with Joey McLean holding and puts us ahead 3-0. Defense goes back on the field, and as you're going to see in the film here, we have a really hard time him and that running back up. He is quite a talented guy. He's got a lot of speed, and sometimes you get guys in the right position and try to get them to make plays, and that's kind of what a good running back's all about. He makes them miss and put them ahead 7-3. Come back and don't do a very good job on containing the quarterback, but Josh Brown does an outstanding job of handling the bootleg, and then Liam Trainer makes a play for a loss and get them on third down, and they complete the ball to the tailback across across the middle of the field and get a first down out at close to midfield. Again, we're hustling on defense and working hard, but we are a little bit inexperienced there. We've got Chris Dancy and Liam Trainer and Chandler Price at linebackers, and probably 3 or 4 different people playing on the defensive front, front three, and get them stopped at the 50-yard line and force the punt. So we take back over on offense, and we try to throw a little dump screen to the fullback, and ball bounces off of the defender's helmet there and bounces up in the air, and they got the ball right back. So felt like we had a chance for a really big play. There's Liam Trainer making good pressure on the quarterback and making him run the bubble and have a hard time rushing the quarterback there when the guy's got a handful of our shoulder pads. But Sean McGee is hustling there to try to do what he can do on the goal line, and as they're fighting hard down there, force them to 3rd down and 1 on the goal line, but eventually they get the ball in. So we come back, take the ball over on the 10-yard line, and there's Jamal Cole with Josh Brown and Kyron Priester out front blocking, get a big first down on the draw. Kyron makes an outstanding catch, and Josh Brown running the zone, and again make a big catch on the sideline, and just a step away from a huge play right there, and Josh Brown running the draw again. So when we get the ball on offense, doing a good job. There's Jamal Cole scoring a touchdown, and Brandon Morrow comes in and kicks the extra point. And again, we feel like we're struggling a little bit on defense, partially because their running back is an awfully good player. Sean McGee forces the quarterback out of the pocket there and chases him out of bounds. And like I said, we feel like we're struggling a little bit on defense to stop their running back, moving the ball well on offense, and that's kind of the formula we need to follow. Kyron Priester does a great job of fielding the ball there, and we're back in business close to midfield on offense. We need to move the football. There's the draw play again. Our strong, quick guard does a great job on the draw, and we go in down 4 points at halftime.
Halftime score is 14-10 at the end of that game. And I tell you, looking at that game when it was live and looking at the highlights, Coach Saban, Alabama's just got to be licking his lips for that kid to get down there in Tuscaloosa. That is one outstanding running back.
He's a good player. We've got some guys that are out there playing awful hard, and guys that are out there running to the football, and he made us miss a couple of times, and that's what a good running back does.
Yes,
he's a good player and a good running back, and we gotta swarm to the ball a little bit better and get more hats around him.
There you go. Well, that's the end of the first half highlights, and we'll be back in a minute. Go over the second half after these announcements. Well, that's the end of the first half, Coach, and it was 14-10 Walton, but we came back here in the second half with the second half highlights. Let's see how we did in the second half.
All right, let's take a look. We kicked off to them in the second half, put our defense back on the field, and we did a pretty good job of making some adjustments at halftime, trying to take away some of the stuff that they were doing running the football. Came back and didn't do a very good job of covering the drag man on the bootleg, and then once again the running back breaks out and takes a long run. We just missed the wheel route and probably had a chance for about a 90-yard touchdown right there. Broke out and so the end result of missing the ball is they got the ball back down here at the 30-yard line again. So we came out, we were 4 points down. We felt like we needed to stop them, and we had moved the ball well. And now they've scored twice, and we really need to move the football. We really need to get something done on offense. And Jamal Cole, once again, running the draw play, does a really good job of getting the ball out. We're down close to the 40-yard line, and Kyron Priester once again almost pulls in the deep ball, and Jamal runs the ball down to the 35-yard line, but not enough for the first down. Mitch Hotop, punter, that was the punter for us last year, came to us from the soccer team, does an outstanding job for us. But in that particular instance, we kind of kicked it off the side of our foot a little bit and gave him the ball once again on kind of a short field. And Adam Ledford forces the fumble, and there we go with the punt. Jamal in there behind Tyler Evans and Joe Kelly with Josh Brown leading as the fullback. And there's Josh running the ball there. Josh gives us a great 1-2 punch in the backfield with Jamal as a little bit, I don't know, I guess probably what I'd say he's a little bit slicker, a little bit shiftier, but Josh is certainly fast enough and strong enough, and he's got just uncanny balance. And so those two guys in the backfield help us.
And it was 28-10, but the two running backs we got kind of remind me of two up the road in Athens.
Yeah, those guys,
Gurley and Marshall.
Those guys do a really good job. They, both of them are talented guys, and Josh is playing a lot on defense. We'd like to be able to kind of move away from that a little bit, where he's a little bit fresher on offense. But we're moving the football, and the biggest thing about that is you got to move the football to score, but more importantly, you got to move the football to keep that guy standing on the sideline over there. Their running back, every time he gets it, he's got a chance to go the distance. So we want to try to limit the time that he's in the game, and the only way you do that, I think, is by controlling the football. There he goes again, just a guy that's awfully difficult to control. Zach Moon, scrambling, does a good job of getting out there, picking up the first down. We come back and try to throw the flood and don't pass block very well. And once again, Zach turns kind of a negative into a positive by scrambling and getting most of the first down yardage. And you'd rather him be able to throw the ball than have to kind of run for his life there, but he does a good job on the scramble, and then we come try to run the reverse to the split end and get hit in the back and mess up the handoff, so fumble the ball and they take over again. The one thing I'm really proud of as far as our kids are concerned, we're in a tough ball game. When you play in this game at the Georgia Dome at the beginning of the year, you're always playing a tough opponent. You're always playing people that are, some of the best teams in the state, and we're down a little bit and have struggled a little bit, particularly on defense. But our players are playing hard. Our kids are playing with a lot of pride. Kyron Priester on the end around right there picked up a first down, and here we go with the stop route on the sideline, and Kyron catches that ball and picks up about 15 and runs the shallow route, and we come back and hit the stop route again, and Kyron turns it into a touchdown. We go for the onside kick and don't get it and end up down 11.
Well, at the end of the ball game, it was 35-24, but a learning experience.
Yeah, I mean, we knew that we had some experience, some good players on offense. We felt like that was kind of part of the strength of our team, and we needed to be able to move the football and allow our defense. We got a lot of seniors that are playing on defense, but we got a lot of guys who haven't played a great deal of game time. So, you say we're young. We're not necessarily young, but we are inexperienced. So we felt like our defense needed a little time to grow up, and Dude, it's hard to grow up when you're playing a guy who's
you're playing a guy who's as tough as they are. But we got some good running backs out there, and this Priester kid gives you some opportunities on the outside for some long passes down the middle. I know we've seen some of his pass catching capabilities in the end around. So you've got some weapons back there on offense.
Yeah, we certainly do, and you know, I think we'll continue to get better on defense as we go along.
Well, that's the end of the ball game previews. After this break, we'll come back and go over the players of the game, Coach.
All right.
And welcome back to the Mark Cruz Show here tonight at Texas Roadhouse Grill. We've just gone over the Walton game, Coach, and now it's time to go over the players of the game.
Great. You know, it's great that we get a chance to honor 5 players each week as our players of the game. Their pictures are put up in the commons area at the school. Each player gets a plaque that commemorates his achievements for that week. So it gives us a chance to reward our players for the effort and the performance that they do. We give an offensive player, a defensive player, a special teams player each week, along with a goal team player, and then what we call our 100% player. Our goal team is our scout team, our guys that you know, we feel like everybody on our team is important, and you know, our scout team lots of times. Our years where we have our best scout teams are also some of our best years because those guys really press you in practice and make you get better. So just kind of outline our awards there. And then for the Walton game, we've got offensive player of the week was Kyron Priester. Kyron is a new player, transferred here from Florida, and is doing an outstanding job for us. He was elected to our leadership council after just being here for a few months. And I think against Walton, I think he had 109 receiving yards and a touchdown. So Kai had a great night. Chris Dancy is our defensive player. Chris is a returning starter on our defense as a linebacker, and Chris had an outstanding night and was our defensive player for the Walton game. Our special teams player, kind of one of those unsung heroes that you don't, you know, he doesn't get great stats and all that other kind of stuff, but you know, your long snapper on your field goals and extra points and punts and whatnot is probably one of the most important guys on your team. So Travis Farmer, our long snapper, is our special teams player. Our goal team player is a senior. Kind of do it all. He's on all of our special teams in practice. He's a defensive player as well as an offensive player when we're on defense. So does just an outstanding job of doing whatever he's asked to do. Sebastian Pierre-Louis is our goal team player for the Walton game, and our 100% player again is a tight end and defensive end. Terrell Anderson does a great job of giving us great effort at practice. So that's our 5 players of the game for Walton.
Well, great plays, and I really like the goal team player award. I think that really shows a lot about it. Takes all the players on the team to get that first team out there and get ready for a ball game.
You know, a lot of people sort of, you know, they treat those guys like scrubs or call them blocking dummies and that kind of stuff, and that never happens at our place. You know, we feel like those guys are an important part of the team. You know, and we want to reward those guys. You know, we couldn't do what we do without having a lot of guys on our team that aren't, quote, stars, but guys that are good team guys that are going to do whatever they can do to try to help us be successful, and you know, we wouldn't want to have it any other way.
Well, I know you wouldn't, and again, thank you for tuning in tonight. That'll be the end of the Mark Cruz Show. We look forward to seeing you next week, Coach, and go over the next game.
We'll see you then.
All right.